and 89 of them were new, if month after month you had 89 new people come to your site, obviously 89% is a nice high percentage in whatever they're doing. But if they're not capturing that information, then there's no way to continue to market to them. Here's another report or graph, what have you, from the Google Analytics tool. This tells me where they're coming from on a high level, and I can drill into some of these things and see more detail. Like, for instance, 32 of the 68 visits came from organic searches, people just keying in whatever they were looking for. Some of them came directly from other sites. You can see some of the keywords that were keyed in to get to this particular website. So a lot of great data, and this is just scratched the surface. One thing I want to say about the importance of having Google Analytics or any analytic tool is that we have a client that we're just starting to work with. We're actually redoing her website. She was getting 4,000 hits a month. She has a online shopping. She sells clothing online. She was getting 4,000 people to her website on a monthly basis and converting maybe 2 or 3 people a month to actual clients. So she knew she needed a total revamp of her website. So here's some of the things that you can do. I like to say go guerrilla because there's so many things that you can do, and the more things that you do, the more success you'll have. And really the goal should be with a lot of these of driving people to your website. The first is a blog. Do you absolutely yourself need to have a blog? No, but what I think is a really valuable tool, if you don't choose to have a blog and don't want to write something or have somebody write something for you on a regular basis, is to go out and comment on other people's blogs. Search on blogs that where people are talking about what you do or what you have, and post your own comment. And at the bottom of your, it only has to be 1 or 2 sentences, and at the bottom of your comment, and say something that's, you know, of value, but at the bottom of your comment, add in your domain name. Sign it with, you know, Chris Beebe, thevisionaryagency.com, because if somebody likes what I say, they're going to click on my link and come to my website. So you don't necessarily have to have a blog, but there's great strategic ways to use blogs to market your website. Keywords and meta tags, we already talked about that. Meta tags are the coding or the words that are tied to the pictures and the pages and all the different aspects of your site. Navigation we talked about. If you have a website today, here I'm going to step back for a second. If you have a website today, I would implement as many of these things as you can today or as soon as possible. If you have a web designer who can do the updates, great. Or if you can do some of these things that are for free that you can go out and do, great. If your website, if you can't do those things to your existing website and you don't want to build a new website, what you may want to do is create a lead generation page. The landing pages that I talked about, create a lead generation page that is totally about bringing new people into your sales funnel, focusing on whatever your premier product is or services or what have you, but start to really market the web. If you don't, you're really missing out on just a huge opportunity. So some of the other things here, the opt-in. I talked a little bit about that. I don't know if I used that terminology, but on that first website where they had the download free video, that's an opportunity to opt in to somebody's database to, you know, provide my email and name so that I can get whatever juicy offer they have. SEO is search engine optimization. We talked about that. PPC is pay-per-click. CPC is cash per click. It's not cash, but it's cost per click. Those are the paid advertising. When you go on to Google or Yahoo and you see sponsored ads, those are things that people have actually paid, or they pay every time somebody clicks. So the goal is to pay to be in the premier spot on the search engine window, have somebody click on you, and then capture their information and convert that to a lead and eventually a customer. So pay-per-click can be anything, cost you anything from a couple of cents for every time somebody clicks on that to, it could be several dollars every time somebody clicks on it. It really depends on the value of the words that you're using, and there's a whole science and an art to that. We have pay-per-click search engine optimization experts that we have on our team. So if that's something that you're looking to do, we absolutely could help you drive more traffic to your website through pay-per-click, or take your existing website and build in the search engine optimization to really drive up that organic searching. Social networking might be something like YouTube or Facebook or MySpace. There's a lot of places to go out. LinkedIn, really joining those social networking sites and connecting with other people on the site. Again, the more places that you can have a presence, and specifically your domain name, your URL presence. That's one of the other things that the search engines like is Google is in the business of providing relevant searches. So if you key in something from a search engine perspective and they're bringing up all kinds of gobbledygook that doesn't even match what it is that you're looking for, then they're not doing their job. So they look at relevance from a variety of perspectives. One is the content and the keywords and meta tags, and all of those are really critical. But two is, how important is your website? If you put your website up 3 years ago and you've never done anything with it, I talked to somebody today who that was exactly the scenario. She put it up, has never done anything with it. I can guarantee you she's getting no hits on that website. And if she is, it's, by the sheer mistake of somebody finding it on page 972 of the search engine. Keeping your copy up to date and having your domain name out in as many places as you can and linked to your site in as many places as you can helps to tell the search engines that your site is important and it's going to be relevant in a search. Article marketing, that's a great way, especially if you're an expert in anything. You don't have to write the article. Find somebody else to write it for you. But there's a lot of places where you can actually post articles that then reference back to your website. A lot of online magazines that probably wouldn't pay for or may not pay for your articles, but they're dying for material. So great place, especially if you're an expert in a field, to get additional marketing and driving traffic to your site. Compelling copy, we talked about RSS feeds. If you do have a blog, then you can have an RSS feed on your site so that people can opt into that. And if they, anytime you post something to your blog, it sends them an email with the new posting. And it keeps people coming back to your website. Google, Yahoo, and MSM listings, so they're maps. Sometimes you might do a search and what comes up at the top of the screen is a map with all these places that are noted on it. Those are all free listings. Go out and list yourself so that you have a greater opportunity to come up at the top of the page. Put your domain on everything. I've kind of talked a little bit about that, but that's all been about the web. Let's put it on every printed piece you have. Obviously your business